Good morning, America. This is your host, Theodore Jones. This morning on The Bare Truth we will be discussing American exceptionalism. Joining us today we have Sandra Wilson, General Jack Jackson, and Jane Buxamillion. I wanted to open this discussion with the question, what do you believe is the most important aspect of exceptionalism?
Hi Theodore. I believe education is most important because we are teaching the future. In Finland we are highly respected. I had to take several years of training and ongoing education to join the Finland school system and be a teacher. Where America is lacking is that they don't fully respect the profession and don't take the job seriously enough to adequately teach the future.
Education is incredibly important, but in terms of a nation's exceptionalism, military strength and power is what you need to look at. I spent most of my life aspiring to join the American military because I want to serve this great nation and give back to my country. I want to protect my friends and family, and I'm confident in their safety because of America's military strength.
Education and military are vital for a nation's success, but I wouldn't say they are the most important. I believe social mobility and opportunity determines whether or not a nation is exceptional. A nation is only as successful as its citizens.
All right, Mrs. Wilson, you started out with talking about education. Why don't we start with that? What are your views on the matter?
America does not spend enough money on education. We are spending more money on the military than on schools. According to reports of the actual spending for the year 2014, America spent 3% of the federal budget on education, while spending 23% on defense. Todd Leopold, who wrote for CNN, stated that Finland invested heavily on teacher education, and that's what enabled it to surpass the American education system.
We spend as much money as we need on education, and our education system is perfectly fine. There was a fact check on the newsroom speech, the one that was severely anti-American, and the fact check clarified that America has the best higher education system, and that the top 40 nations in literacy, including America, were all above 95% literate, which is perfectly sufficient.
Even though you say that America spends enough money on education, the results aren't good enough to make America exceptional. Finland leads the world in terms of math and science and has 100% literacy rate according to an article by Katie Leppi.
And what about you, Ms. Buxamillion? What are your thoughts?
Without education, I wouldn't be where I am today. I created my own destiny. There's nothing wrong with the education system. However, it's the fact that it allows social mobility that makes it great. No matter where you are, you make the best of what you have and you will be successful. As Dinesh D'Souza mentioned in his article, America is the land of opportunities where every child has access to an education and many have the chance to go to college.
I see. All very good points indeed. If you guys don't mind, we'll be taking a brief break to hear from our sponsors.
Wow, that was such a good workout. I'm so hungry now. I wish I had something to eat. Like a tiger milk bar. It's super healthy and delicious.
Any four-legged, flesh-eating animal of genus of many... all this reading about dogs really makes me want to have a dog. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there with a dog. Whoa! Oh my God, you're so cute! Okay.
And we're back. So let's expand on the military. How does that influence American exceptionalism?
Everyone knows we spend a lot of money on military, and we should. We spend more on defense than the next 8 countries combined, and we're the strongest country because of it. We are ranked number 1 out of 106 countries in terms of global firepower, which is determined by over 50 factors including overall military budget, available manpower, and the amount of equipment each country has in its respective arsenal, as well as access to resources. We need to be on top in terms of strength and defensive power so that our people are safe. America is exceptional because we have the best military.
Finland could care less about military dominance. Compared to America, we barely spend money on military because we have the right priorities.
All right, so I think we can all agree that our military is strong and we invest a lot in it, but its value seems to be more subjective. And what about social mobility?
America is a nation that prides itself on its rags to riches stories. Other countries envy the American entrepreneurial attitude, as Todd Leopold said. This is exactly what the American dream is about and what makes America exceptional. D'Souza mentions the idea of the self-made tycoon. More than 50% of the Americans on the Forbes 400 rich list got there through their own efforts. I myself benefited from this opportunity America has given me. Here everyone has the means to succeed, and that is how I created my technology empire, Cabbage Corp.
I agree, but education is the foundation of social mobility and provides opportunities that you mentioned. But since America doesn't have as strong of an education as it could, social mobility isn't as high.
I still think the military is the most important aspect of exceptionalism.
Thank you all for your input, but I'm afraid that's all the time we have for today. I'd like to thank our audience for joining us as well. Be sure to tune in again tomorrow morning for the bare truth.